And I saw upon the right of the sitting upon the throne little book having been written from inwardly and from behind, having been sealed down to seal 7. And I saw angels strong heralding in voice great, who worthy to open up the little book and to loose the seals of it? And no one was able in the heaven nor upon the earth nor underneath the earth to open up the little book nor to be looking at it. And I was weeping much because no one worthy was found to open up the little book nor to be looking at it. And one out of the older persons is saying to me, Not be you weeping, look. Conquered the Lion, the out of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, to open up the little book and the 7 seals of it. And I saw in midst of the throne and of the 4 living and in middle of the older persons Lamb having stood as having been slaughtered, having horns 7 and eyes 7, which are the 7 spirits of the God, having been sent off into all the earth. And he came and he has taken out of the right of the sitting upon the throne
the Injil Key. The Injil is a sealed book, a coded book, a book under a veil. Such a book requires a key to unlock it, to decipher it, to remove its seals. The Injil declares that fact itself. It makes it absolutely clear that it is sealed and that its seals are impregnable by all, anywhere in the universe except for one individual called the Lamb of God. Some say the book is in the hand of God. But what God? Whoever the God is who is in possession of the book, he can't break its seals either. Quote, and I saw upon the right of the setting upon the throne little book having been written from inwardly and from behind, having been sealed down to 7 seals. And I saw angel strong heralding in voice great, who is worthy to open up the little book and to loose the seals of it. And no one was able in the heavens, nor upon the earth, nor underneath the earth, to open up the little book, nor to be looking at it. And I was weeping much because no one was found to open up the little book, nor to be looking at it. End quote. It is clear that only the Lamb is able and worthy to break the seals. To open a lock, you must have the key. This is the key. The arch deceiver. The angel, along with Daniel, are declared as the last revelations, the revelations of the end times. The angel, called the Gospels, Revelations, the Apocalypse, is supplemented by the book of Daniel. They are companion books. Fact is, chapter 13 of the angel is the umbilical cord between the 2 books. Both books are sealed, only to be unsealed in the end times and only by the Son of Man. But that fact has not gone unnoticed by the devils and demons. They, the devils and their demon offspring, are in full denial, full resistance mode. They are doing everything in their power to prevent the light of both books, particularly the angel, from ever penetrating the dark clouds of lies and confusion they have surrounded the Son of Man with. The chief demon, Farrakhan, the son of perdition, has his minions blowing smoke and throwing dust into the eyes of the people. Their efforts will fail, are failing. Not only is the angel unsealed as well as Daniel, but the key and methodology is revealed for all to see also. Only deceived are those seeking to be deceived. They cling to the arch deceiver, the son of perdition, the chief demon.
and the living the first like to lion, and the second living like to young bull, the third living having the face as of man, and the fourth living like to eagle flying. And the living the first like to lion, and the second living like to young bull, and the third living having the face as of man, and the fourth living like to eagle flying. And out of the throne are coming out lightning and voices and thunders, and 7 lamps of fire burning inside of the throne, which are the 7 spirits of the God. And inside of the throne as sea glassy like to crystal. And in midst of the throne and to circle of the throne 4 living being full of eyes in front and from behind. And the 4 living, one down on one of them having up wings 6, from circle and from inwardly they are full of eyes. Satan. Sitting on throne. With book in right hand.
The golden calf. The 2 top wings of each nation are the Islamic 1/3 of the nation, represented by gold. Gold represents Islam. The original nation was all Muslim, all gold, before it was corrupted by the devil's seed. That understanding reveals the identity of the golden calf, Sunni Islam.
Sunni Islam is the golden calf, that the true seed of Abraham was told to avoid. The messenger Elijah/Moses forbid the Sunni attendance to his temples. Not that Sunniism was false. No, Sunniism is the wisdom of prophets. Nothing short of the wisdom of the God is acceptable for the original nation, the gods of the universe. Supreme wisdom. The Injil is the language of the Bible. You cannot understand the scriptures if you don't understand the Injil language. The earth is symbolic of European/Caucasian countries. Adam was made from the dust of the earth. Adam, Britain is an island country off the coast of Europe. Britain is not Europe, but its inhabitants are European. Britain is composed of rejects, refugees, immigrant, exiles, fugitives, dust from Europe, the earth. The English language is a smorgasbord of European languages. Adam, Britain was put into a deep sleep, which was the so-called 1,000 years Dark Ages, medieval. The deep sleep was triggered by the rise of Prophet Muhammad and resurrection of Islam that bottled up the Caucasians, Christians, and Jews in Europe, the abyss, for 1,000 years as stated in chapter 20 of the Injil. When Adam, Britain awoke from his 1,000 years slumber, Eve, America, was taken from his side. Eve, America, having been taken from the side of Adam, though still attached, was later separated and the point of separation severed/closed. America was a colony of Britain, from which America was later separated becoming independent, the Revolutionary War. Adam and Eve had 3 sons, Abel, Seth and Cain. Seth is Syria, Abel is Iran, and Cain is false Israel. Iran and Syria as well as Iraq, Kuwait etc. are all countries invented by Britain/Adam. When Britain occupied the Middle East, they drew artificial borders which never existed previously. Adam and Eve produces false Israel in 1948. To counter Elijah's narrative that the original people are the true seed of Abraham, America/Gog had to create a counter-narrative, thereby establishing a Jewish state taking others' land. Cain, false Israel, slays his brothers. Adam was made from the dust of the earth. From the riffraff, exiles, immigrant, fugitives, rejects, banished, refugees etc. Of Europe. Eve, America, after Adam's, Britain's, 1,000 years of slumber called the Dark Ages, was taken from Adam's, Britain's, side, a British colony, which would eventually have its umbilical cord cut by revolution. A tree was transplanted from Africa, a tree called the tree of good and evil, which is also the tree of life. Adam and Eve were told not to eat of the tree of good and evil. The command to Adam and Eve was to not consume/exterminate their blacks. There were 3 creatures or beasts in the garden, who Adam gave English names to. The names of the nations are English names, which they don't call themselves. Eve eats from the tree she was commanded not to eat of. America has contrived a war, which it plans to be rid of/exterminate their blacks. The final solution, abortion having failed. Genocide under the color of war. Adam/Britain follows Eve/America's lead and he too eats from the tree. America moves on Iran, being opposed by Russia and Europe. Christian blacks are being set up to be drafted to be exterminated in battle, fighting for their country. Genocide under the color of war. The tree is the original nation, which is also symbolized by eyes. Having eaten, Adam/Britain, Eve/America, now have eyes. They clothe themselves with sackcloth, which are the 2 witnesses of chapter 11 of the Injil, to cover their nakedness. This is the upcoming war, the rise of the Shia, throwing America, Britain, and false Israel out of the Middle East. The fight between Michael and his angels and the dragon and its angels. The serpent is forced upon its belly. The blowing of the 4 winds. The resurrection of the dead, the original nation. Eve smites serpent's head. Serpent's head smites Eve's heel. This represents the resurrection of the original nation by the Son of Man. Every eye will see him. Each creature had eyes before and behind, which represents the original nation being scattered among the nations.